Here is finally your straight leg triangle. I did the entire family of warriors with warrior 1 feet and warrior 2 feet, and I missed the straight leg triangle for some reason. So just for a refresher, we've just come out of the warrior 2, which is ideally heel to heel, possibly heel to arch. Uh, Back foot ideally parallel to the back of the mat, but not necessary if there's tweaking or if the knees are built differently or anything like that. The knees shouldn't be falling in. The arches should be lifted, grounding down through the pinky toes. However, now we've just done our warrior 2. The straight leg triangle is lovely when it follows directly. It doesn't have to, but it can, in which the front leg is straightened. Now, please remember, this is super important. Whenever legs are straight, the cue needs to be given to lift, to actually activate the thigh muscles, pulling them up. My back leg was straight. It would be a good thing for me to cue ground down through the pinky toe, outside of the foot, lift the kneecap. What I If you're in a class with a lot of people who already, you can always tell when the muscles are activated. You don't have to say it, but take a look. You will almost always see that straight legs are slack, or the back of the knees are pulling back to the outside. That's called locking. That's, hyperextending the knees. You also don't want to lock the knees like into place. No, activate straight legs. So both legs are now straightened, and we are still in the arm form of warrior 2. So the chin over the front shoulder. In my case, this is, I'm going to call it the right shoulder, even though it's the left for me. Grounding down through the outsides of the feet, engaging the core. Drop the back hand and look at the palm of the front hand. This we call reverse straight leg triangle. I mean, that's the my lineage way of saying it, but almost everybody in the world say reverse straight leg warrior, which is also fine. Ground down through the outsides of the feet and stretch. The reason we do that stretch first, also in the warrior series, is because we tend to lean over front. And so if you do this first, you've got people's torsos straight. And now the opposite of this is to let the hips smile backwards. So it's really like a whoop. So mention that. Say, smile the hip backwards. Drop the palm inside, turn the palm, drop the hand inside the leg for alignment's sake, and look up at the palm of the other hand. Now, this is not what you would think. A lot of people are doing this. They've got blocks and things like this. This is the ideal alignment. For super flexible people, they might be able to do this. However, I actually sprained my SI joint in this pose because I was just stretching, and all of the weight was on this joint, and it went crack, and I will never be the same. Keep the alignment like this, keep the kneecaps pulling up, the hand gently rests inside the knee, and the other hand goes up and come back. You can bend the knee to come out of it, turn the feet, and come into the other side and do that other side immediately, if you would like. So the feet are in the warrior 2 position, which is wider than warrior 1, generally speaking. Our African friends have told me that people of their race actually have looser Achilles tendons and can fairly easily keep the feet pretty much in the same position. But most non-yogis will need the warrior 1 feet closer and the warrior 2 feet further apart. Okay, that was the straight leg triangle with reverse straight leg triangle. That's actually the straight leg triangle when you're down like this. And then there's the reverse straight leg triangle. All right. I usually, when I get into this pose, this is not yet the straight leg triangle. It's the setup pose. So I sometimes say the straight leg triangle setup pose, reverse straight leg triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. So from the setup position, the hand gets turned, the hip gets smiled backwards, don't forget that, and the hand comes down. A block is okay, but be careful people are not in the putting their weight into the insertion point of the bone here, and that they are keeping an outward turn And that is your straight leg triangle. Coming back, set up position. Utthita Trikonasana. All right. Thank you, everybody.